Yeah, today, me and my old buddy Kerry Woolbright are out the Duncan Hollow Road. And we've driven out 3 miles or so up Duncan Hollow Road. And we're going to take a shortcut down. And if you see these logs right beside the road, and I mean, you know, right beside the road, they're blocking an old abandoned road. And that one's been rolled over. Probably a bear looking for grubs or something. And start this old road down, and we're gonna take a shortcut and go down to see Joy Falls, Root Falls, Née High Arch. A couple more things. Right behind these logs, you get to see a bear trap. Yeah, not much more than a couple 100 yards down the old road from that bear trap. There'll be a high spot on your right, kind of a knoll, and you have to go up through it, and you'll find this old road here. And now it's not clear and well worn like the one we were just on, but you can still tell it was an old road. And you just kind of gotta make your way out it. It goes through a real bad pine thicket, and there's a lot of briars, but it's definitely worth it for the mileage you save on the trail. If you want to see this and stuff down here and don't want to put in 8 or 10 miles. All right, we've stayed on the little ridge kind of on the left-hand side for a couple 100 more yards. And then it just drops right straight down into this bottom. And that's exactly where we need to be. So we'll head on down into it. Okay, we dropped off that hill at that point of that ridge, and I can still see where we dropped down right up there. And I mean just a few 100 more yards down that drainage. And we're just campsite at the John Muir Trail. Simple, easy, 10-minute hike. I don't think I mentioned it back there when we came through the campsite onto the John Muir Trail, but you just take a left. And again, just a few more 100 yards, you come to this. It's pretty cool. And you want to drop off right here. Yeah, we just stepped off the trail behind those rocks right there, and we're gonna first make our way around here and see Root Falls. And underneath this little cliff here, the remnants of a moonshine still site. Lots of stacked rocks. There was some steel pieces of pipe. Yeah, there they are, all rusted out. Good place to hide and make your shine. Yeah, there's those old pieces of pipe. And right here we got a metal, rusty metal. That would have been a barrel ring. Of course, course, the wood's probably rotted away. But they probably had enough of these old pipes to run them all the way up to that little waterfall, and above it is that you channel the water straight into the still. This would be a great little setup right here. Free place. Why is it called Root Falls? All these are roots. Root Falls. Okay, it's about time to head back down the stream and go down to Née High Arch. That's the one the late Senator Howard Baker made famous by taking a picture and putting it in his book of photography. Then we're going to see Joy Falls. Water's running pretty good today, and it's on this stream, so it ought to be exceptional today too. So hang in there with us. All right, we're back to where we stepped off the trail right up there, and now we're going on to Née High Arch and Joy Falls, and they are nice. Yeah, it's a very nice little cliff roll around through here to follow. It's hard to tell it from out here, except for the ray of light shining inside of it, but Née High Arch. And Howard Baker's famous photograph was taken from back in there outward. So I know Kerry's been wanting to replicate that for a long time. So let's get back in there and do it. Née High Arch. Okay, you probably can't hear it on here, but we're going to head on to Joy Falls, and you can actually hear it's flowing right down below us, but we got to cross the creek above it and make our way down to it. So yeah, if you make it this far, you got to go on and see Joy Falls. This would be easy to walk right on past if you couldn't see that little bit of light shining back in there. So If you ever come out here looking for this, just look closely, especially if it's in the afternoon when there's no sun to shine through it. All right, now we got to get across this. Not too bad when you are wearing waterproof socks. And the top of Joy Falls is right there. I mean, you can see it. All right, we just came up from the creek right there. Under this little blow down, but you got to come right to the cliff row and just walk in for a very short distance. You'll see the way down. Yeah, this is a big gravity arch kind of a complex. Not just that one, but there's two more here. That are big. And I would never have believed there would be a place this close to Joy Falls, as high as it is, that you could just get right down to the bottom from, but here it is. Yeah, of course. We're gonna get down to it. But there she is. Okay, when you come down out of that gravity arch, you'll come right down that hill, and you can go right down to the stream that way. Or you can look for this little crack through these rocks. And if you find it, squeeze through it. Oh. You can walk right into the falls. Yeah, I don't know exactly what all that orange stuff is there. I mean, it doesn't just streak like iron. That may be more of sulfur because it's all clumpy and it's time to be heading back up to the trail now. But man, what we've seen right here in just a short period of time in this small little area is pretty amazing. And the shortcut to get down here just makes it really easy to get to come down and see all this stuff. And man, this Joy Falls and Root Falls are at least on the landform sites, but Big South Fork is just loaded with stuff like this with no trails to it. And a lot of stuff are not even on the landform site. You just got to get out here and find it. Man, if you've never been here, you're missing out on a wonderland. And, you know, we've seen nobody yet today. And may not. That makes it all that much better. Okay, back up the hill. Goodbye, Joy Falls. We'll be seeing you again. All right, we've made it back right to the area where you step off the trail at this big rock house. We're gonna go back the opposite direction from the way we came in, because there's a old road, which is the old road that we started out on, runs into the trail down there, and we'll take it back up. Okay, we've just hiked up about 1.5 miles from where we came out from Joy Falls and Root Falls and Née High Arch on the Chateau, or the John Muir Trail, and it's right there and it keeps going. Earlier this spring, late winter, I don't know which one it was, I came down here just hiking around, looking around, and found this old road and hiked down it to this point and found the John Muir Trail. So it's gonna come in useful today. And believe it or not, this is the same road that Kerry and I started on this morning. It's a pretty good little shortcut to get down into here. So that's 2 of these shortcuts we took today. One coming in, one coming out. They come in handy, they do. Well now, folks, we just completed a loop. And this road right here, coming up from the John Muir Trail, that's where we're parked. There's more level places in it than there is uphill. It's just a easy going hike. So I guess that does it for now. Back on the way to Bandy Creek. Hey folks. Yeah, that was a really good day, and those shortcuts, they keep you from hiking 8 or 9 miles or something by knowing them. And hopefully, if y'all are going to try to do that, you can pay attention to videos, and it'll help you get down those shortcuts and back up. Because those waterfalls are definitely worth it in the arch. And then we went kind of back a little bit longer way, but got that great view of the gorge and got some good pictures there. So, you know, like always, thank you all so much for watching. I sure appreciate it. This is Peppo in the Woods. And as long as you guys keep watching them, I'll keep making them. See ya.